When it comes to smartphones, there's an interesting trend we've seen over the last couple of years. Manufacturers typically have their flagship phones, their bling bling phones, but not everybody can spend that much to get one. Well, today we're going to look at a mid-range phone from a manufacturer, the HTC Desire 626S. Now, this here is the little brother to the HTC One, the M9 version. And I have to say, I used the HTC One M9 for a while now, and when I picked this up, it felt very, very similar. A couple of differences though, because it is a budget-friendly phone, they're gonna make some savings somewhere, and one is in the body and the design. The design is pretty much similar to the HTC One, the M9, but it's using a polycarbonate plastic, a unibody design, which for some people might feel cheap, but just this overall design feels really nice in the hand. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly phone that has a great design, this is the one for you. You can see on the top, you got these machine-grilled speaker holes. Now, on the HTC One, their flagship phone, both of them are speakers, and it probably has the best speakers of any smartphone on the market. Unfortunately, with this budget-friendly version, only one of these actually has the speaker and the mics built into it. The others is just for an aesthetic look. Now, under the hood, you're going to get a Qualcomm Snapdragon quad-core processor with 1 gigabit of RAM. For most people, that's enough. And when it comes to smartphones, I like to see about 2 gigs of RAM, but one for most people I think will do just fine. On the back, you can see you got an 8 megapixel camera, and on the front, a 2 megapixel camera, which is decent. It's kind of what you would expect to see in a phone at this price point. Now, like I said, it has 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigabytes of internal storage, which is expandable through this micro SD slot that I can show you right over here. So you can see you can have both your SIM and your SD cards right over here. This is kind of different from the HTC One M9, but for the most part, it's pretty accessible and it fits nicely with the nice rubber flap on the top. So who is this phone for? Well, if you're a fan of HTC and especially the HTC One phones, and you're comfortable with this design, then yes, this would make a great replacement phone, especially if you broke it or if you want to save some money and go down to the mid-range. Another thing is, if you're a fan of the whole software inside the HTC One flagship phone, what you're gonna notice is you get the same software experience in the little brother here with the 626S. Another person that might want to get this is if you don't want to pay for a phone when you sign a contract. Typically with something like this, a 2-year contract, you're going to get the phone free. Or you could just buy this outright if you want an unlocked version as a replacement phone. So if you are in the market for a budget-friendly phone and you want a great design, check it out, the HTC Desire 626S.